Alright guys, welcome to part 2 of the Dragalia Lost Fire Emblem Heroes Crossover podcast. This is the second half, and this is the remaining bit of it because the event is wrapping up. At this point, I think everybody's done just about everything in it, so these are our final thoughts on it. We have 3 guests today. It's the return of Zambo, and there's TGP, and there's a newbie. But yeah, here you go. Introduction time.
Hi, I'm Zambo. I was here from the last podcast, obviously, and I'm kind of sad because Damps isn't here, and I love him. So, hi, Amps, if you're watching this.
Hi, my name is TGP. I'm also known as Legion now.
Oh.
Wee-hee-hee.
Hi, my name's Nag. I downloaded, as soon as Fire Emblem Heroes came out, I downloaded it in class and asked my friend for mobile data because I did not have any at the time. Dragalia Lost, I downloaded at home.
Wait, you can do that?
Huh? Yeah.
You can ask for mobile data?
No, I asked my friend for their hotspot.
Oh. Also, when did Dragalia Lost become available in Hawaii?
The same time it did for the rest of America.
Why does that even count?
Bro, what do you mean? It's a state.
I know it's supposed to be a state. Oh man, it's just so weird because the rest of the world, like Europe, there's still parts of Europe or like Canada got left behind, even though we're on the same continent.
But Canada isn't
Even
weird.
if it didn't, I would have downloaded it in APK.
Yeah.
It's because they thought it was South Mexico.
South
Exactly.
Mexico. God damn. I hate hearing that. That's so dumb. We're in the north, by the way.
No, shut up.
it's
We're in the
just
South.
so far south. No. It's just so far south that it loops around the entire planet. That's how.
This is getting us to galaxy brain. Zambo, you sound like somebody who believes in the flat Earth theory.
What do you mean?
The Earth, is it flat or not?
No, it's a square. It's a cube.
Okay.
Actually, it's a cube.
Well, there you go. It explains everything.
My grandpa actually genuinely believes that the Earth is flat, and it's funny to listen to him.
Wait,
Oh,
how can somebody on
no.
Hawaii believe that? That blows my mind.
mind.
He's a really old person.
Okay. Or your
I don't
grandpa is one of the oldest trolls ever.
That would be
You-
amazing.
We probably offended like 30 people with that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But I'm
I'm
not
not.
sorry.
All right. But as for the second half of the story, I played through it yesterday. It wasn't really the second half. It was just like 2 more chapters. And it was quite interesting. Number 1, I love Loki. She is so good in this game. It's amazing because her voice actress is perfect. Loki's personality shines through even more. The playfulness, the decept, like how much of a mastermind she is, how she interacts with the characters is such a joy to like take in. She's perfect, and her boobs are bigger.
Have we actually confirmed that, or is that just like speculation? Has someone actually measured that at this point?
How can you measure it? It'd be from 2 different games, so it doesn't.
You
Really...
you take the ratio, right? So we're assuming that Loki is the same height in both versions. So you just take the ratio of the boob size to the rest of her body, and you can tell if it's bigger or not.
Okay,
Oh.
somebody in the comment section, please do that. Just make an accurate representation of whether or not her boobies are bigger in Dragalia than in Fae.
I feel like all the ratios are going to be like slightly different for both of the arts.
Well,
Don't worry. About it.
it looks bigger, and it's as Killian pointed out during the stream, it's very hard to look at her in the face because you're just so busy looking at her boobs. Anyways, I've thoroughly enjoyed her. What about you guys?
I pretty much just loved the whole dynamic between her and Harl. It was just a joy to watch those 2 interact and come up with a bunch of crazy shenanigans and
Those
whatnot.
2 are going to be a really good couple. They are basically the same people.
Have you seen the picture with them both wearing Team Rocket outfits?
yes, I have.
Oh,
that
yeah, that
that
was
one's
great.
funny.
Beautiful.
Okay, but it's not just that. Let's just get to the meat of the matter.
Yes.
Apparently, it is canon that Asgard and it is Asgard, people of Asgard, but also the people of the Dragalia Lost. The 2 universes are actually canonically connected, apparently, because this isn't a one-time thing. This is a thing that has happened in the past, apparently, that we find out in the story at the later end of the story. That's crazy. that means it wasn't this. Alphonse is not the first Excarian to meet up with somebody from this universe. It's not.
Like,
What the?
Jesus Christ.
What was that about?
it's so clear that ThyGames really wanted this to be a two-way crossover, and the potential for that was insane. But we can talk about that later.
Yeah, it's just disappointing because it's very clear how on board they were with this, how hard they tried with this. But yeah, we will talk about it later. But go back on topic. It's just it blows my mind that they had the forethought to put that in, and not just the forethought to put it in, but to like make it a thing. So I'm really interested in seeing what happens in the future, where they go with this, because it sets things up not just for this event, but future FEH XDL events.
Yeah, it would have been really cool if, like, at the end of the event, they just, like, they're forced to take the fight into Asker, and then we just have a war and then that's the transition into the Fae collaboration.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also the ending CG. That was so cool looking.
Oh, yeah, the art.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mm.
One thing I kind of appreciate about it was how they kind of tied it in with the main lore of Dragalia, with the reason why they found Asker in the first place was because they were experimenting to crap, what was it? They were experimenting to find a portal for it was some way to deal with the dragons, right?
It was what?
Like they were experimenting to try to find a portal to deal with the dragons, because that's what happened a very long time ago. So they were experimenting with that, and then by mistake they found Asker. So I just thought it was kind of cool that they managed to link this crossover to the main lore of DL. I just thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm. And it makes a lot of sense, which is why this was a perfect crossover opportunity, because you guys know, if anyone who plays Fire Emblem games knows how big dragons are in all these games, like how much standing they have. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall not fighting a dragon of some sort. Like you do one way or another.
Yeah, I think for especially fantasy JRPGs, it's really important for world building, and I think this event really helped to flesh out the world of Dragalia Lost, and it really helped to build upon it from what we already had.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, I want to revisit this because Nag's new here. Nag, Yuden or Alphonse?
I feel like Yuden is very generic, and so is Alphonse, but I feel like Alphonse showed a little more depth, so I'm thinking I'm gonna have to side towards Alphonse this time.
All right,
wait, as a really? Ooh.
Oh, just because of the Dragalia Lost crossover. I
Kill
actually
him.
don't like him in Fae.
Destroy him.
You actually don't like him in Fae. Wait, what?
I don't like him in Fae, but I like him in Dragalia Lost.
That's very
That makes
interesting.
yeah.
Huh.
I mean, hey, they actually did a very good job. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But at Fae, it's like, yo, curses are big gay.
Curses are everywhere.
Everything's like that.
Just galaxy brain, literal death.
I still just find it so perfect that they gave Alphonse curse immunity in this game after everything that happened in Fae.
Yeah, it's very clear that the ThyGames knew what was going on in the story too, and gave shoutouts in some ways.
It's great. I love it.
All right, but what else about the second half of the story did that catch your eyes, guys?
The insane difficulty spike that happened
Oh,
between
yeah.
the Alberian front went from okay, this is manageable to oh god, oh Jesus, I need whales.
Well, that said, not just that, but the trials too. Veronica trial. You guys told me that was going to be easier than Alphonse's trial, but it seems harder to me.
I don't know. I had a much easier time with Veronica's trial, but I guess
It's only really harder because many people don't know the gimmick, but once you figure out the gimmick, it's not the worst thing in the world. And then unlike Alphonse, who keeps fighting, once you break her, she's just there.
Once you break the
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in like one game we broke Veronica, but like we just left her for a while because we thought she would get back up to do something, but she didn't get back up.
She
so we just
doesn't
waited
get
for
back
her.
up ever.
Like,
doesn't.
She doesn't do anything. She just sits there and takes it.
Oh man, it is what really happens against lollies. It's just part of it, guys. When you beat a lolly hard enough, that's what happens.
Damn it.
Okay then.
Damn.
But I guess another part of it could be that when Alphonse trial was new, most people, myself included, were just not expecting him to basically one-shot everyone. And then as Veronica's trial comes around, we're a lot more used to that, I guess. So we were just more focused on not getting hit by anything. Whereas with Alphonse, at least I was not playing nearly as carefully as I should when his trial first rolled around. So
Mhm.
I don't know.
I was playing a ranged character, so I didn't really care.
I've had to use Alphonse against Veronica, and that was pretty painful. Trying to dodge balls while you're right in front of her face. Ooh.
Why'd you run directly in front of her at the beginning of the match?
What? No, you run around because she fires a laser at the start, always.
But you just fired a son of 4 balls.
Huh?
This ball's that laser.
Oh, it's balls and laser?
Yeah,
little
she drops her
dick.
2 big balls and then reveals a giant long laser.
Okay, nice. Either way, doesn't really change what I'm saying. The first one we played, we did in co-op, and everyone was just like playing range heroes, and I was the only one running in, and it's just a pain in the butt. But I've been forced to use Alphonse recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's good.
No, shut up. I don't want to deal with this.
Third best sword
But-
unit in the game.
Wait,
That's
he's
'cause they
actually
don't-
third best sword unit? I haven't heard
or
that
like
yet.
second.
Huh?
like second.
At least in regards to light swords, it's debatable whether he or Odetta is better, but he's at least second.
Wait, what about Albert?
Albert beats both
Albert
of
is
them.
obviously best,
Okay.
but Alphonse is only slightly behind him, honestly.
Wow. That's impressive for them to make him so good.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Games is pretty generous with their free-to-play characters. Alisan and Botan are also really, really overpowered, so yeah.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure they made all the event characters in mind that a lot of people would be playing this game for the first time with them. So they made them very beginner friendly.
Yeah, that's definitely something I've noticed.
Makes sense. Alright, but otherwise, anything else about the story, guys, that you guys want to talk about?
There's really not very much to go for. 'Cause
Yeah.
There was just not very much.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised they cut it off, because I was thinking like, wow, this is a really strong first half. What could the second half be? And the second half is like just set up for the rest of the event. I
Yeah.
guess the real story, the real ending of the second half is going to come after the end of the event, so
Yes.
it'll be a while before we talk about that.
Yeah. There'll be something. I don't know what, but there'll be something.
Mm-hmm. And while we want to talk about adventure stories, I don't think everyone's done them, so we'll hold off on that. We might revisit this in one more podcast just to catch the end of the event in adventure stories. I've pulled at this point. I still have to pull a bit more, which is a hint that I didn't get everything. But yeah, that should be on YouTube, so catch that if you guys want. But all right.
It
As
was
for the rest
the
of the
journey, we'll put it that way.
yeah, but for anything else before we go on to what FEH could do, do you guys have anything?
Do we want to talk about predictions of what the ending will be like?
It's almost here though.
Yeah, we might as well just wait it out. It's like 2 days
Yeah.
as of recording, I should say. I think.
Yeah, we should just not bother. When it's out, it's out.
Also, do a platinum summon forehead.
I'm not going to spend any money on this game, even if people donate.
I tried.
Hey, you didn't even
both
donate
tried.
money. How can you say you tried?
I rounded up the people. I
You
told
spread
them to
the
give me
word.
money.
This is some cult.
Like Marble said, and before no Veronica.
And
then I said-
no spoilers. No.
No. That's what he said. It's already there. And then it
Oh.
says it's time to platinum summon for Veronica. And then you said donate $25 to Nimbo, and he'll do platinum summon 100% confirmed by himself. And
You lied to everybody.
No, I just stretched the truth. There's a difference.
Okay.
No.
That is lying, by the way.
Nah.
it's like a balloon. Just stretched it. It's still fine.
You know, that reminded me of stretching not a balloon. Or how about we say an adult balloon?
Oh.
Oh.
You ever made a balloon animal?
With a...
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
You can make a dog.
I know you can. I know.
You can make a snake.
Those things
Oh
are
my
really powerful, guys.
Did you actually do that?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I honestly, I would definitely see you doing that.
I know.
Like you get one for free from college, and you just like
Oh yeah, college gives them out
just try it.
everywhere.
I remember my old when at college when I went, they used to give magic cards for free, but well, first of all, I don't even know why they gave magic cards to begin with, but I guess they figured, okay, this is too expensive. We're just gonna give condoms.
Hmm. Okay, well, we tried jumping around and not saying it, but go ahead, thanks.
Why? That's safe. It's okay.
Okay, sure.
Or just censor it and they still won't know. No, you can do that.
I'm not going back to censor. I'm too lazy.
Wow.
Oh.
Laziness.
All right, but I think we should talk about at this point. The event's almost over, and it's pretty
Yes.
clear. ThyGames has put in an A+ effort. Like
Yes.
it is. I really cannot tell what else they can do here because it's already so good. So
Like anything else is just a bonus. Like I think we can all come to an agreement that this crossover is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
The only thing I could really wish for at this point was to have Loki playable as well, but I'm still more than satisfied with what we got.
I'm sure she'll be
Yeah.
back. I'm sure this isn't the end. I'm sure there's gonna be a part 2 to all of this.
Oh, yeah.
Amps did say
Probably.
that they tend to give units for free at the end of these crossovers, so
With ThyGames,
Pop.
yeah, it might.
it's extremely possible, but I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Same.
I'm sort of doubting that they'll release Loki, but on the off chance they do, I'll probably use her. Wait, she'll probably be a dark healer too. Never mind.
Oh, great! I don't have Hein, and Cleo can sit right in that bench.
She
She
is.
belongs.
She would be a healer. You're right.
Watch her just be a wind healer just because we didn't get a wind character and then just invalidate Lowen's entire existence.
Little boy won't be running away from Big Mommy anymore.
All right, but I think it's about time to talk about what IS could have done because it's very
Oh,
clear.
We were trying to delay, but we have to.
We were look, it's just very clear. This event didn't have to be this way. It is not. It had never had to be a one-sided crossover.
Oh, I know precisely what IS could have done to this crossover.
Anything.
They could have just had a crossover.
Yes, anything at all.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm pretty sure they could have just released a banner of 4 characters from Dragalia Lost, and they would have been fine.
It would have been
Yeah,
lazy,
they could
but
have had.
it would have been.
It would have been, but it would have been something. at
It would have
least,
been IS though. It would have made perfect sense.
Yeah, it would be towards IS's standard because that's usually what they do. They just release banners. They don't really like put in too much effort for anything. I mean, the most recent banner, Darkness Within, they did put in some effort for Forging Bond. Forging Bond's been really fun. But generally, that's it. The story sucks ass. We don't actually get any battles or new mode with new it's not like Dragalia Lost where you have an event battle or something like that, or like the story mode has like interesting parts to it, like boss battles, raids, things like that.
I just want to chuck my phone when I read the story, and Yuden's like, "Oh no, I'm under a contract."
Oh.
No.
All right.
And Ranzel's
There
like,
was
"Hi, I'm
actually-
Ranzel," and then that's
There,
it.
there was actually a meme I saw. You know that one scene in Konosuba where like
Mhm.
the little girl is trying to get Kazuma to sign the paper to like become part of the cult and whatnot?
I have not watched it, but go on.
Me
Oh.
neither.
Well, fuck. Okay. Basically, they replaced the little girl's face with IS and Kazuma's face with ThyGames, and the text was like, text was something like, "I can't wait to see what contribution you're making for the writing for our crossover." And then it shows a piece of paper with something along the lines of, "Hi, my name is Marth, but I'm under a contract from the Empire. You need to beat
Oh.
me so we can be friends."
Oh no, that's terrible.
Oh god. Yeah, that
But it
sounds
makes
about
perfect
right.
sense. Honestly, that's so dumb.
Sounds about right.
I'm just so upset we didn't get something on the FEH side. I was so certain. And again, guys, if you go into the event, you can even see the chibis from DL side of what they would look like in Faye.
Yeah, and they look clean.
They look
too.
clean.
It's
I'll be honest, I'm still shocked that IS even said anything in the bulletin board.
Yeah, they waited till the final day. Literally, it's like, the DL update will be done in 2 hours. ICE is like, hey, there's a DL crossover, FEH DL crossover. 2 hours before release, they did something. IS, please. What the fuck? Just put in some effort. Like, this is like, it's so very clear they didn't want to do this.
I'm also kind of surprised that, I mean, this is kind of going to FEH for a tiny bit, but I'm kind of surprised it doesn't alert you when there's something new in the bulletin board. Like, there's no notification, no nothing. It's like, you just have to go in there and see if there's anything new.
I mean, it
'Cause-
does bring it up immediately after you start the game, so that's probably why.
Oh.
But yeah, you have to open up the game. I mean, like, you're like doing something, and there's like, oh, ring, ring, ring. phone call.
There's a chance you don't even see it, because in my case, like, I go into the game, it drops me off at banners, right?
Mhm.
And then instead of pressing anything else, like closing the banner or something, I just close. I just go into the maps or something. I don't close the banners. Like, why would I close the banners? And in which case, you don't see the notifications at all then.
Yeah, that's a big oopsie. Very big oopsie.
And before someone says, hey, Nibs, it's because DL isn't available worldwide. Well, IS has gone to the degree of censoring it, or like not even showing it if it's in regions it's not available. So
That's true too.
they could have just done that for the rest of it. Like, what even is the argument then? This is dumb in my eyes.
Yeah, just have a Canadian version be like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have we have nothing to tell you guys. But then down in America, it's like, yeah, we're gonna cross over America.
Hey, this game's officially out in Canada, so that doesn't happen anymore. Also, doesn't it strike you as strange? Like, when the game first released, it was what? United States, Japan, Taiwan, and then Macau, and then like...
I think China too.
No, it wasn't
remember
China. It
seeing
wasn't
things.
mainland China. It was like Chinese, like, special operational zones or something.
What about South Korea?
What?
Yeah, like Macau is like formerly a Portuguese colony. It's kind of like Hong Kong. Oh, I think it was Hong Kong was one of them. It's kind of like Hong Kong, where it's like it's technically under Chinese control, but the government is not Chinese. It's not a Chinese government per se. It's not communist ran or anything like that. It is straight up just a special operation. So like it's like Hong Kong, where it's like it's democratic. So it's like it's not actually formally under Chinese control. China owns the land. The people are Chinese, but it's not actually Chinese. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I'm just saying, like, the initial release made no sense to me, but whatever. It's getting to more and more territories anyways. So I still think they should have just released it to talk about it all anyways, because it's inevitable. I'm not trying to meme. Fuck. It's inevitable that DL will come to the rest of the world because I think it's such a quality game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
wonder
What
if they'll
FEH could have
rerun
done
the
could
event.
basically be summed up to anything at all. They could have had a story. They could have, even if it was gonna be lackluster. Man, if FEH wrote a story, there's no chance Yuden was gonna be likable. I'm sorry. He would have said like 3 things, and people were like, "Who is this guy?" And that would have been it.
He would have just been worse He would have just been worse Alphonse.
Yeah, he
No,
would have
he
been
would've
literally worse Alphonse.
It would have been better Alphonse because he'd be summonable.
Oh.
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 Oh no. Wait, no, he wasn't gonna be free, dude. Come on. Oh wait, no, it's FE.
No, no,
wait,
no, no, no.
FEH.
No.
IS.
No, they would just put that on a banner.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think
exactly.
they were
it was
gonna
free.
make. You already know if they were gonna make a free character from the DL crossover, it was gonna be Luca, and he was gonna have like shit garbage stats.
He's
You
gonna be
already
like Tempest
know.
Trial Unit.
No.
He's gonna have short bow.
It was gonna be Luca, short bow, green archer,
Yeah.
attack plus
all
3.
that.
Oh my god, it would have been terrible. Yeah.
Brash assault.
Brash assault.
Cause fuck it, why not?
Oh.
It actually kind of fits his character too.
That would be
thinking about
the
it.
thing is Luca doesn't have a special weapon in his
No.
game, so ooh, it would have been terrible.
I mean, none of them have their own special weapons in DL.
Wait, I thought you didn't have a special weapon.
Well, no, but he does hold in his portrait. He does hold the 5-star sword, the hero sword. So
Yeah.
I guess they could just make
Yeah, I
that
thought
his
that was
special
it.
weapon. But it's technically not like special in the way that only Yuden can use it. It's a weapon that's also in the game. So
Okay,
Yeah.
do you really want to pretend in FEH it's supposed to be only this unit can use the weapon? No, they just made it
That's-
that way
that's true.
because they don't want to make equipment.
Yeah.
that is true.
All right,
Weapons at this point are just extra skill slots that are exclusive to the character.
yeah. Man, I still think that's dumb. It's like they were so scared of making a full-out Fire Emblem game that they gimped it so much that there was like massive restrictions on everything.
Yeah.
Skill inheritance. Your hero has to die to transfer their weapon over. But why can't they just like hand over the weapon like in any of other Fire Emblem? Shut up. It's Fire Emblem Heroes.
Shut your
You need to
damn
make more
mouth.
money.
Give me your money.
Yeah. Alright, that's sad. Okay, but moving on.
Yes.
Essentially, we could have just summed it up. FEH could have just done anything at all. I honestly don't like. If we think about from IS's perspective, yeah, they probably weren't going to do something great. If you think from perspective of like a rational human being, they could have ran like the trials for Veronica and Alphonse could have been GHBs. Oh, not just GHBs, like Legendary Heroes battles. That difficult. They can't do Legendary Hero battle for like Yuden or something, right? But
What I personally would have liked to see is sort of like a recreation of the Imperial Onslaught. I'm not sure how they would translate it, but I think if they
Really
did it
defense.
well, it'd be a really cool.
it would have been so awesome if they introduced a co-op mode with that crossover.
Oh yeah.
It would have been so sweet, and it
That
would
would
have
have
made
been
perfect sense.
a nice interaction.
Oh man, that makes too much sense though.
It makes too much sense, but this is IS, so we can't. All right, but the final thing we wanted to talk about was less about the event, less about the game, less about FEH and IS and all that stuff.
Oh, so we have the time, do we?
We have the time,
Oh, so I see. Let's be. How much time do we have left?
like around 15 minutes.
Oh.
Okay,
Zambo and TGP are about to pop off.
this is
God.
about
Okay, so
certain streamer, YouTuber. His name is Mango7 Roll, right?
Yeah.
This is so funny to me because aren't these the two things he's abandoned? DL and FEH.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
So,
it's kind of
a
poetic,
bit
isn't
of
it?
background. This kind of started off as like for the podcast, but I guess we have time, so you might as well go over it. So, a bit of background. Basically, Mango7, he was like one of the early streamers for DL back when the game first launched, and sometime around New Year's, he basically quit the game and declared that it was pay to win, which was confusing statement, to put it lightly. Basically, just to summarize his arguments very, very briefly. He claimed the game was pay to win because the High Dragons, which are like the end game content of DL, they had a really, really high stat requirement, and he kind of over exaggerated the requirements, but he basically claimed that you had to spend hundreds of dollars to realistically be able to do them. And yeah, it was dumb. Anyway, going a bit forward after that, he made another video called Top 10 Reasons Why I Quit DL. And this was kind of also retarded. No. Well, basically, he made that video, and in that video, he still asserted that the game was pay to win, even though the comments on his last video basically tore him apart, explaining why it wasn't. But yeah, he still claimed the game was pay to win. He still made a bunch of claims about flaws that were with the game that had been fixed a long time ago. Like he complained about worm prints when he complained about worm prints pity breaking him and being underpowered when both of those issues had been fixed. He complained about events not giving enough rewards when that had been fixed. He a few other things. He's still, yeah, it was just so bad. Like I could keep going forever.
I'll give him some credit. He kind of had a tiny bit of merit on the first round, because I can kind of see, maybe you can say that. You'd still sound stupid, but maybe you can say that and, you know, people will agree with you. But then the second video was around the same time frame where we got like the big drop about what this event, the update's gonna be. And it's like, well, now you just sound weird. Because, like, everything, a lot of the things you complained about is fixed. It was like...
Yeah, and...
If you released this video months ago, you would have made somewhat more sense, but why?
And yeah, there were some other, like, points he made that were just blatantly not true. I think the one that sticks with me is that you need a 5-star max unbound dragon to clear the high dragons. This has never been true, probably never will be true. If you want to know what is actually required to clear the high dragons, oh god, I can link you so many meme videos. People have cleared high Midgard using only 3-star dragons. People have cleared high Midgard using every single, like, full teams of every single element except for water, and currently there are people theorizing right now how to clear high Midgard with a full water team. And even not including high Midgard, people have cleared high Brunhilde with wind characters. They've cleared it with Alias, even, who's like the weakest character in the entire game.
And the new Fire Emblem characters, they've been really pushed into these high dragon trials as well, so whatever issue he had, it's like it was so temporary for him to take so much offense to.
I think his biggest problem was that he was using Pele, which, as we all know, is a free-to-play 5-star fire dragon in High Midgard Stormer, and if you took a look at their stats, you would see that they are actually lower than most 4-star dragons, even at max unbind. So the fact that he was trying to use a level 100 Pele in High Midgard Stormer means he wasn't going to reach the requirements.
So what you're saying is it was his fault. Wow, Nag. Wow.
Oh no.
But even then, Pele can still clear the fight pretty reasonably well.
Don't get me wrong, when they first came out, yes, they seemed extremely daunting to like a person who's never done it. It's like, oh god, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Oh no, I gotta prepare for all this stuff. But once you honestly sit there, think about it, learn it, you then realize it's not that hard. You don't have to, all these crazy things and thoughts that you think you had to do, you really don't. It's like, it would help if you over prepared yourself, great, but you don't. And High Mercury is like the testament of that. Everybody over-prepared for that fight, and look at it. I feel bad for anyone who bought the print. The print's useless.
You don't even need the worm print that lets you resist damage from High Mercury to do that fight, whereas you did for the other two high.
It's like, I don't know. Maybe because I did feel when Highborn Hilda did come out, they were like paying attention to people doing High Midgard, and they're like, yeah, we need to make this stupid hard. So they tried, and everyone was like, oh god, this is really hard. But then we learned the fight, and it's like, oh, this is okay. And then they're like, fuck it, let's just put up the next one.
Okay. I want to say a few things, mostly just because I thought this entire thing was ridiculous in the first place. For me, DL was my first game. It wasn't the game of my focus. It wasn't like I like DL, but it was never even released in Canada to start with, so I never jumped onto it or was as committed as Mango. But from my perspective, this game was never that. It was never a competitive game. It was more like a community-driven game with a strong narrative, so you cared about the characters, you played it for the story, played it for the events, and you played it to like build up on top of your progress, and then go further by spending time with like the community. Like that's what I thought it was. So when people say a game like this is pay to win, I just can't understand it at all. Like, if you don't like clear the high dragon trials, what's the problem? Like, I know there's resources involved, but are you straight up not getting enough out of the game if you can't clear it? Like, what is this about? There's no ranking in this game, so
I'm gonna be
go ahead
100 with you, Chief. The things that you do get in High Dragon Trials,
yes,
it's not even that worth getting. You can literally never do High Dragon Trials, and you'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah. So that was my perspective. So I don't really understand this. Like, I thought this was just a really fun game, and I thought the strongest parts of the game always was the writing aspect and community aspect. Like the story, narrative aspect, and the community aspect, right? And as a streamer, you're definitely getting the community aspect, and you're definitely getting the narrative aspect. So there is no ranking, so if you want to fling your big pee-pee around, you can't. There's games not telling you who's number one or anything like that. So I don't understand. I don't understand, like, any of it.
And, like, I guess that kind of ties into, like, sort of a point I remember him making in his top 10 video, or top 10 reasons why I quit video, was that if you spend money, you have a huge advantage over other players. But, like, well, for it to be pay to win, there has to be a strong incentive to be ahead of other players, and it also has to have a negative impact on the people that aren't spending money. So, like, for example, if a competitive multiplayer game were to introduce a gun that costs $5, where if you buy it, you just have a huge advantage over all the other players, that would obviously be pay to win. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Like no, that's a whole other rabbit hole. Let's not talk about that. But like that's a clear case example of pay to win, because now players are literally paying money to have an advantage over other players, and that advantage is negatively impacting the other players because they're just getting fucked over. I think that's the key element that Mango forgot when calling it pay to win. Yes, if you spend money to max on buying your Leviathan or whatever, you technically have an advantage over the other players, but does that advantage impact them negatively in any way?
It's like the same as cheating in a single player game. It doesn't really affect other players, so there's no negative impact. You do what you want. Not really looking at other people and what they do.
All right, let's put it this way. We're all in City A, and to get to City B, you can either take this dinky train that everyone can ride, but it takes forever, but it'll get you there reliably, but it'll just take a while. But if you put extra money, you can ride on the bullet train to get to that city extremely fast. So you can take that bullet train, get there way quicker than everyone else, but then you realize everyone else is gonna catch up to you, and you're like
Yeah.
you've just been there longer basically.
Yeah.
But
and
at some point, we're all gonna be at the same level.
And I think that's what got to him.
Like, the thing with me, I spend money in this game, and the reason why I spend money in this game is because ThyGames is a beautiful company. I want to support them. That's literally the only reason why. And I want to do dumb shit. And in order for me to do dumb shit, I need a lot of shit. So, you know, the stuff that I am provided for free is not enough for me to be dumb. So that's why I do it. But you don't need to be me. You don't need to do anything dumb.
There's even some. Oh, actually, I'll let you finish.
Yeah, so you can just, you know, do your thing, prepare wherever you want, and you'll still be fine. Like, you know, okay, great. You don't have like a specific character that all these other people are running, but you know, you have the one character that you like, and it's still very viable. And it's like you can do things with it. You're fine.
Right.
But yeah, there's even some dumb shit you can do that does not require the spending of a single penny. The example I always point to is you can clear Hybrid Hilda very reliably using an Elisan with a Mercury. That is a free character with a free dragon. You don't have to spend any money at all, and it's also kind of memey because it's technically suboptimal. So you don't have to spend any money. You can do a stupid meme run, and it can actually be reliable. So, yeah.
I do want to talk about one thing though, something where he kind of does have somewhat of a merit, but at the same time, I personally don't give a shit about it, and that's the daily summon.
Okay.
Because you can only do daily summon with Diamantium. You can't use Wormite for it. It's just a once a day cheap summon, but with premium cash. You can't do it with the free cash. How do you feel about that, man?
I still don't really understand because it doesn't affect me. Like if the game wants to help certain players, because again, I don't view the game as competitive. You can make a game competitive, you can make anything competitive, but I don't view this game as competitive. I don't even think ThyGame views the game as competitive. I know what they want this game to be, and it's not to be competitive. So if another player gets whatever, like they can get more premium dragons, more 5-star dragons, more 5-star adventures than me, it doesn't affect me because my value in this game is the community aspect, and that's not going to get impacted just because you have, you know, better characters. If anything, it probably helps it out because then we can just go and co-op together and you're better equipped, and it doesn't impact the story at all. So what's the problem with it?
Yeah, the only way to make this game competitive is to like create rules or criteria for yourself. Nothing in the game lets you really do that.
Right.
Yeah. If anything, DL is a cooperative game, which makes sense because of all the co-op that's included in the game and how big of an aspect it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
yeah.
I don't mind it that I mean, I don't mind paying for that daily summon, but I can kind of see why it's like, oh, maybe there should be some sort of summon. Just like, again, it's like that. It'd be nice to have, but you don't need it type of deal. Because, I mean, especially now that the summoning changes have just changed so drastically, I don't even think a daily summon is really needed anymore.
It's not just that, it's just like, I think in most cases you just need one of everything, don't you? Because just about everything in this game that's important you can do through co-op. So you just need one real good character of each color, essentially.
The only
element.
multiple things you really need is either a dragon or the print. Once you have an adventure, that's it. That's just water for life.
Yeah.
So if you get a multiple, cool. And now you can buy prints, so you don't even have to worry about that ever again. And dragons, you don't even have to summon the dragon multiple times. You can just summon it one time and then save up to get the free stones that they provide for you, or if you buy the stones yourself, cool. You can just do that. Realistically speaking, you'll need one. Once you get the one, you're fine.
Right, which is why I don't buy any of that argument, because you're fine. What's the big deal? I could understand it if look, coming from FEH, where I do think the game is very heavily leaning towards pay to win if it's not already there, because that's a game where you could literally, because there's a ranking, because most people on the ranking are players who are paying, we're not. Dragalia Lost is nowhere close to that level, so I never understood that argument. I mean, I'm glad, but I don't think any of the reasons he gave were real reasons. I think he just wanted excuses to quit the game, and I think he got it. But he didn't need to make an excuse for it.
I've said it once, and I'm going to say it again. He did not like this game from day one. He only did it for the clout, and he got it. Now, it's not the only thing he does. I'm not going to say that DL is the one that put him up there. No. It's just, it was something new. He was one of the first, and he got some traction, spent a lot of money, maybe a little too much money, and then he said, this game is poo-poo, I'm going to Epic 7. That's it.
And I'm glad things took off from Epic 7, because actually I have no idea if he actually enjoys Epic 7, so I'm not going to talk about it. But if you guys, anybody has ever taken a look at his channel, or or you're another Twitch streamer for gacha games, it's very easy to tell, like, about progress and things like that. You know where to look if you really don't know. He wasn't doing well with Dragalia Lost. He really wasn't. As big of a name as he was in the DL community, he wasn't really getting those numbers, like, where it's makes sense, because this guy was, I'm pretty sure he was streaming full time. So with the numbers he had, especially on YouTube, where you can look at his DL months, and he was just getting, like, I don't know, 200, 300 subscribers, like, very minimum views during that time. Like, I'm not trying to shit talk him here. That's just the case. Like 100k views or something. It's a month. It's not something big, right? That's not enough to live off of and things like that. So he never took off the way he wanted from it, and for the amount of work he put in, that's incredibly stressful.
That
right?
is.
You put in like 10 hours and you get like what? It just didn't make sense, and he dealt with it for months and months and months. So
I think that's the problem. It's just, instead of going at it, like, just say, I just don't like the game. And then be like, oh, well, I can't attack you for that, can I? I mean, people will, probably, but honestly, it's like, that's your thing. But when you come at it as a, like, you're basically trying to put yourself, at least to me, it kind of felt like he put himself on a higher pedestal. It's like, yeah, this is why I no longer associate myself with this, and came up with, like, weird. It was the whole thing was just weird to me. It's just like, bro, just admit you don't like it. Just go.
yeah. Anyways, I think we can wrap it up there. Actually, I think he did a bit better than I said he did. Still not very good for the amount of time he put in. Because as a YouTuber, guys, and as a Twitch streamer, I know what that time and that viewership, that sub count, how much it translates into in terms of cash, in terms of, like, the returns. I'll just be honest, I didn't think it was worth it for him. So I think I think it's worth it now for him with Epic 7. I didn't think it was worth it with DL for him. So I'm not trying to shit talk, but that's my perspective from somebody who understands as being a content creator. But yeah. All right.
It just left my head scratching. I was like, very confused.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, that's our thoughts on the second half of the story. I mean, what FEH could have done, and because we had time, I guess Mangle 7 as well. So yeah.
Damn.
What's our ending message for everybody?
DL's paid away.
DL's not, dude. If you do that, what are you trying to do?
No, don't do that. That's too mean.
How
about DL's not pay to win? Great, thanks.
Sure.
DL is free to play, by the way.
Oh, DL's free to play, by the way. I like that one better. All right.
Yes, yeah. Let's do that one.
All right, guys. If you made it to the end, put up DL is free to play, by the way. And thank you so much for listening. The rest of you guys can say bye.
Bye.
I'm too lazy.